Good afternoon and welcome back to Buzz. I'm Luke Hills with your 12 o'clock news. Here are your headlines for today. Danger to life warning remains in place following flooding. Exclusive interview with Fire Brigade Union representative on closures. Iford Golf Centre has been forced to close during flooding. And AFC Bournemouth's owner acquires full stake in Lorient. In the aftermath of Storm Chandra, flooding continues to impact residents around BCP. A danger to life warning is still in effect for the Iford Bridge area. In Christchurch, a care home was evacuated and the area is still completely flooded. Residents are unable to gain access to their homes in the nearby area. Rescue teams were working tirelessly to evacuate and there's been no reported casualties. Sport is currently being heavily affected by the floods. Here's our sports presenter, Maritz Baer.
Iford Golf Centre in Christchurch has been forced to be completely closed due to the recent heavy rainfall. Finn Payne went to investigate.
The floods cover almost the entirety of both courses at Iford. The River Stour is the cause of this, which sits just next to the courses. The river had been rising due to the recent rainfall and nearby Iford Bridge Home Park was evacuated on Wednesday due to the danger to life flood warning. Flooding like this is common here at Iford due to heavy rain in the area. A worker we just spoke to who expressed anonymity said this is the worst flooding he's seen at the course in the 4 years that he's worked here. It's unknown what date the course will reopen, but I'm sure it will still be in use. Finn Payne, Buzz News, Christchurch.
Back to you, Luke.
Now over to Max Reynolds with today's weather report.
We have had severe weather issues the last couple of days causing flooding around most of Dorset. And today there is another yellow weather warning that's going to spread over the entire of the southwest. Storm Chandra has caused many issues for lots of places, villages and counties. The fire and rescue services advise that people are safer on roads and that they are also making only necessary journeys because this is supposed to happen from 12 p.m. today till 3 a.m. on Friday.
Dorset Police are appealing for witnesses or dashcam footage following a reported fail to stop serious injury collision on Charminster Road in Bournemouth on Sunday the 25th of January. Chief Fire Officer Andy Cole said that his focus is on supporting staff through the uncertain months ahead. This follows the announcement from Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Services that 8 fire stations have been put at risk of closing. Hamworthy, Maiden Newton, Charmouth and Cranbourne are branches in Dorset that could be shut down due to the financial pressure. In an exclusive interview with Buzz News, Furness's work rep for the Brigades Union, Barney Hedgecock, explained how closures could impact staff.
It's not just the closures of stations, it's the removal of firefighter posts and fire appliances. So the service, if all 8 stations were to close, we're looking at 96 firefighter positions lost and 15 pumping appliances removed from the front line.
BCP council homes have been given the highest rating under the new National Regulator of Social Housing Convention. Councillor Kieran Wilson, the Cabinet Minister responsible for housing and regulatory services, was overjoyed to be one of the 6 other councils with the top rating.
We've done really well on our stock condition surveys. As the report states in October, we were up to 71% completed within the last 5 years. As of today, it's over 80%. And this data helps to shape our long-term investment plans, tackle hazards such as damp and mould, and ensure that homes remain compliant and in good condition.
Classical music boring and expensive? Maybe not anymore. Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra are bringing the classics like Beethoven and Mozart to real people in Poole. Grace Kehoe has the freshest beat.
This is the BSO, or Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra. Sub-Principal and number 4 double bass Mike Chaffin told me what's coming up in Poole soon.
The Copeland Appalachian Spring, which is in May, and that's paired with a piece by Tippett, Child of Our Time, I think. And that should be a pretty tour de force program, I think, with our chief conductor Mark Wigglesworth.
Claire Rowles from BSO was telling me about her experience with Tippett, an English composer, one of the leading composers of the 20th century.
When I was growing up in Christchurch, when I was a kid, the BSO brought Tippett to our school. Yeah,
wow.
We were like 11 years old. Yeah, it's crazy.
Later on today, we will be hearing from Mike again and London Philharmonia violinist Emily Davis about why getting children into music is important. Grace Kehoe, Buzz News, Bournemouth.
There will be more classical music on our 4:15 news programme. That's all for your news roundup. Now passing over to the sports news.
Hello, I'm Moritz Bear and this is your sports news. AFC Bournemouth owner Bill Foley's Black Knight football group have announced that they are now the sole owners of French Ligue 1 side Lorient. Foley's Black Knight had previously been minority stakeholders in the club, owning 40% of the French side, but now they have taken over the remaining 60%. Bournemouth owner Bill Foley stated that the club are delighted to take the next step with FC Lorient in the year they celebrate their centenary. The club currently sit in 9th place in France's top division. A man from Bournemouth had been charged after a fight broke out during a game between Reading and Barnsley last weekend. Thames Valley Police have been made aware of a disturbance at the Select Car Leasing Stadium around 5 p.m. on Saturday. 2 men were arrested, with 25-year-old Riley Wood from Bournemouth charged for entering a playing area and criminal damage. He is scheduled to appear at Reading Magistrates Court on February the 24th. The final match day of the Champions League phase took place last night. Spurs were victorious away at Frankfurt, with former Bournemouth striker Dominic Solanke getting on the score sheet. Arsenal beat Kairat 3-2 at the Emirates as they finished top of the league. And finally, Newcastle United earned a point away at Champions League holders PSG, with ex-Bournemouth manager Eddie Howe's Newcastle side finishing 12th in the table. Dorset-based walking football team Dexter Sports has increased in numbers over the past few years, particularly amongst those who have lost loved ones and are maintaining their mental health. Benji Sampson went along to the club as they celebrate their 10th year anniversary.
Dexter Sports FC are celebrating 10 years of their walking football team. Walking football is a slower paced version of the game, where running is banned. This makes it accessible, social and ideal for older players or those with limited mobility. Paul Kybert explains how he started playing for Dexter Sports FC.
Saw an advert on TV, it was a Barclays Bank advert featuring some older guys playing walking football, and I thought I'd give that a go. So I put a few flyers out in local free newspapers and what have you, and on notice boards, and got a response from that. About a dozen people turned up, and then it's just grown from there to, like I say, over 60 new members.
Walking football has been endorsed by the FA to help encourage activity in people of all abilities as a low-impact sport. The sport helps people with limited mobility stay active by offering a safe, inclusive way to exercise and enjoy football. With interest rapidly growing among the population, it remains a matter of time until we see more and more walking football in our communities. Benji Sampson, Buzz News, Poole.
That's all we've got time for now. Tune in at 4:15 for your afternoon news.